In this video, I am going to teach you guys how to build the perfect Pokemon, whether you are going to use that Pokemon in a high level terror raid or whether you are going to use this Pokemon in competitive battling. Now for the sake of this video, I am going to be using this cute little Fuecoco here that I got in a surprise trade, and I will be building the perfect Skellydirge. Now before I get straight into it, I would love and appreciate if you guys would subscribe to my channel. Genuinely, it would mean a lot to me if you did. Having said that, let's get straight into it. There are 7 key elements to focus on when building the perfect Pokemon. They are nature, terror type, moveset, IVs, EVs, abilities, and items. Now in terms of nature, I'm going to give my Skellydirge a modest nature as it is a special attacker. If I had a physical attacker, I would give it an adamant nature. Now there are some specialist builds, for example my Corviknight here, who has a defensive setup, so I gave it an impish nature. The key thing is to focus on your Pokemon's strength and then pick the nature. Number 2. In terms of terror type, I will give my Skellydirge a fire terror type as it synergizes extremely well with its signature move Torch Song, which happens to be a fire type special move. Now for dual type Pokemon, my advice is simple: build 2 separate builds for 2 different terror types, the way I have done for my Azumarils here. Number 3, in terms of moveset for my Skellydirge, I've gone for Torch Song, Shadow Ball, Snarl, and Earth Power. There are 5 criteria to consider when picking the perfect moveset. They are deciding the special and physical moves, stab, addressing weaknesses, coverage, and increasing your stats whereas decreasing your opponent's stats. Now number 1, all my moves are special moves as Skellydirge is a special attacker, and number 2, I have stab moves in the form of Torch Song and Shadow Ball. Number 3, the move Snarl addresses my weaknesses to ghost type moves, and number 4, Earth Power provides amazing coverage. Lastly, moves like Torch Song will increase my special attack, therefore it gives me a buff, and moves like Shadow Ball and Snarl will debuff my opponent's subsequent stats. Now you don't have to meet all 5 criteria, but in my opinion, if you have a moveset that does tick all 5 of these boxes, then you're on to a winner. Now you can check a Pokemon's moveset by going online the way I have here and checking all the moves that they can learn and cross-reference them against the 5 criteria that I mentioned above. Now once you have selected the perfect moveset, make sure to level up your Pokemon to 100, potentially using XP candies. Select the moves that you can learn naturally and then use TMs for the rest. Number 4. In terms of IVs, hypertrain your Pokemon in exchange for bottle caps in all 6 stats. Remember, at level 100, 31 IVs equals an additional 31 points. For Skellydirge, I don't really need to do physical attack as it isn't necessary, but I'm just going to do it anyway. Number 5. In terms of EVs, EV train your Pokemon in its 2 best stats. My Skellydirge's 2 best stats are HP and special attack. Therefore, I will only EV train my Skellydirge in those 2 areas. Also remember that at level 100, 252 EVs equals an additional 63 points. Now when it comes to EV training, you don't want to EV train in a stat that it's okay in, it has to be the 2 best stats. Number 6, in terms of abilities, I am going with the ability Unaware as it is a far better ability than Blaze. Simply go online and check the abilities that your Pokemon can learn. Just go on any website. I've gone on PokemonDB.com and then just look at the abilities that I can learn and then pick the best one. If it is a hidden ability, you will need an ability patch. So simply farm 6-star terror raids. You'll get 1 per day. Go online, farm them, and you'll be able to get ability patches, and then that will give you access to your Pokemon's hidden ability. Now number 7, in terms of items, there are so many items that you can choose from. Everything from Shell Bell to Leftovers will work perfectly for Skellydirge, but I have gone for the item Throat Spray. This is because it will raise Skellydirge's special attack by 1 stage when I use the move Torch Song. Now the best items are the one that synergizes extremely well with your Pokemon's ability or a particular move that it has access to. And that's pretty much it. Once you have checked off all these 7 different areas, once you have checked off these 7 key elements and you've made the right choices in all 7 areas, then in my opinion you will definitely have a perfect Pokemon, and you can use that in a high level terror raid or you can use it in competitive play. Now if you have enjoyed the video, I would highly recommend, love and appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel, support the channel by clicking the like button, definitely subscribing as well, and hopefully I will see you guys next time.